Hello everyone. Welcome to this video on adding the Report Designer component to an ASP.NET MVC application. Before getting into the process, let's talk a bit about the Report Designer in Bold Reports. The Report Designer is a web-based what you see is what you get reporting tool for creating and editing RDL and RDLC reports. It comes with a wide range of report items to transform data into meaningful information and quickly build business reports. In this video, we will see how to create an ASP.NET MVC reporting web application to render our Report Designer control. Let's create an ASP.NET MVC application. Open Visual Studio 2019. And click Create a new project. Now, choose ASP.NET Web Application.NET Framework. And then click Next. Change the project name. And then click Create. Select MVC. Select the Web API checkbox. And then click Create. After clicking the Create button, the default ASP.NET MVC application is created. Now let's install the NuGet packages. In the Solution Explorer tab, right-click the project or solution. And choose Manage NuGet Packages. In the Browse tab, search for the Bold Reports.web package. And install it in your MVC application. Similarly, install the remaining packages Bold Reports.MVC5 and Bold Reports.JavaScript. I have described the purpose of each package in the following table. The Bold Reports.web package contains helper methods to create a web API service to process reports. The Bold Reports.MVC5 package contains HTML helpers to create a client-side reporting control. The Bold Reports.JavaScript package contains the necessary scripts and theme files required to render the Report Designer control. The following table provides details about the dependency packages and their uses. The Bold.licensing package is a .NET library for validating the registered Bold license in an application at runtime. The syncfusion.pdf.ASP.NET package is used for exporting RDL or RDLC reports in PDF format. The syncfusion.docio.ASP.NET package is used for exporting RDL or RDLC reports in Word format. The syncfusion.xlsio.ASP.NET package is used for exporting RDL or RDLC reports in Excel format. The syncfusion.presentation.ASP.NET package is used for exporting RDL or RDLC reports in PowerPoint format. The NewTonesoft.json package is used to serialize and deserialize data for Report Designer. The dependent packages will be automatically installed while installing Bold Reports.web package. Now, let's register the namespace. Open web.config file from View folder. And register the Bold Reports.MVC namespace under the namespace tag. Now, let's disable unobtrusive mode. Open the web.config file from the root directory. Set the unobtrusive JavaScript enable to false. You can also skip this by referencing the ej.unobtrusive.min.js and the _layout.cshtml file. I have added the documentation link for referencing the ej.unobtrusive.min.js file in the video reference for your convenience. Now, let's reference Scripts and CSS. While installing the Bold Reports.JavaScript NuGet package, the code mirror scripts and the scripts, which are required to render the Report Designer control, will be added to the scripts folder. The CSS files are added to the content folder. In this video, I am using local scripts and CSS. You can also use scripts and CSS from CDN links. Open the _layout.cshtml page from views/shared folder. And replace the code in the head tag. The purpose of each script and CSS file is explained in the following table. bold.reports.all.min.css includes the UI theme for the JavaScript reporting control. bold.reportdesigner.min.css includes the UI theme to render the JavaScript Report Designer widget. The Report Designer requires the CodeMirror.css and ShowHint.css styles to highlight the SQL queries and Visual Basic Code functions with syntax. The jQuery is a common jQuery script used to render JavaScript reporting widgets in the Report Designer control. JSRender.min.js scripts are used to render the template in the browser. JSRender is a powerful templating engine, highly extensible, and optimized for high-performance rendering, without DOM dependency. The Report Designer requires the CodeMirror.js, ShowHint.js, SQLHint.js, SQL.js, and VB.js scripts to edit the SQL queries and Visual Basic Code functions with the syntax highlighter. CodeMirror is a JavaScript component that provides a code editor in the browser. EJ2base.min.js, EJ2data.min.js, EJ2pdfexport.min.js, and EJ2svgbase.min.js are used to render the gauge item. EJ2lineargauge.min.js renders the linear gauge report item. EJ2circulargauge.min.js renders the circular gauge report item. EJ2maps.min.js is used to render the map report item. EJ.chart.min.js renders the chart report item. bold.reports.common.min.js, bold.reports.widgets.min.js, bold.reportdesignerwidgets.min.js, bold.reportviewer.min.js, and bold.reportdesigner.min.js are mandatory to render the Bold Reports Report Designer. The Report Viewer is the subcomponent for the Report Designer which is used to preview the designed report. Now, let's configure the Bold Report Script Manager. In the _layout.cshtml page, use the Reporting Script Manager in the body element, which places the Report Designer control initialization script in the web page. In order to initialize the scripts properly, the Script Manager should be included at the end of the body element. Open the index.cshtml page from the home folder and replace it with the code. Now, let's configure the Web API. The ASP.NET MVC Report Designer requires a Web API service to render the Report Designer control. Right-click the Controllers folder. Select Add. And then select New Item from the context menu. In the Add New Item dialog, select Web API Controller class. And name it Report Designer Controller.cs. Then click Add. In the Report Designer Controller file, add the using statement. Inherit the Report Designer Controller interface. And then implement the methods. The Report Designer Controller interface contains the required actions and helper methods declaration to process the designer file and data actions. The getImage method is for getting resources for report images. The PostDesigner action method is used to post the request for designer action. The setData method is used to write the resource file information and data into a storage location. The getData method is used to read the resource file information and data into a storage location. The upload report action invokes an action method for posting the file actions. The getResource method is used to get the resource from the report. The onInitReport method is initialized when the report is about to be processed. The onReportLoaded method is initialized when the report and subreport start loading. The postReport action invokes an action method for posting the request for report processing. The Report Designer Helper class contains helper methods that help process post or get requests from the Report Designer control, and return the response to the report designer control. It has the following methods. The getResource method is used to return the report resource for the requested key. The processReport method is used to process the report request and returns the result that needs to be rendered in the designer control. The class report helper contains helper methods that help process post or get requests for report preview actions and return the response to the report designer. Now let's add routing information. Routing is the process of directing an HTTP request to a controller, and the functionality of this processing is implemented in system.web.routing. The action parameter names the action method on the controller, which is used to map the method in the controller. To include an action name in the URI, open the web API config.cs file from the app start folder. And change the route template in the register method. Now, let's set the service URL. This is where the report designer is rendered in the browser using the web API service. Open the index.cs HTML page. And set the service URL property. To preview the report designer, build and run the application. You can see the report designer is loaded in the browser. Now you can create stunning, professional reports from here by clicking the Save icon and the Save option. The report definition file will be automatically downloaded. In this video, we learned how to add the report designer control in an ASP.NET MVC application. Stay tuned to this channel for our upcoming videos on bold reports. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.